Serena, welcome. Are you excited to be back in New York?
I am. I'm excited to be here. It's always such a good feeling.
What about the U.S. Open? Where does it rank in the priority in your mind of winning tournaments?
Well, being American, the U.S. Open is obviously really important, and I think growing up it was the one that I really wanted to win. Saw so many people win it, and I just wanted to be there holding the trophy and having that moment as well.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Are you touched by the fact that so many people were so concerned about you and really were in your corner when all of that transpired at Wimbledon?
Yeah, and I have so many wonderful fans, and it's just really amazing to have all the love and the support, so it's been really good.
How did you come back to have such a strong summer?
Well, I worked hard, really, really hard before Wimbledon. It didn't transpire there, and I worked hard after Wimbledon, and it just things started to get in place.
What about this women's field? What do you think of the group this year at the Open, and who are you worried about?
Well, the way my year's been going, I'm worried about my every single match, not just the ones down the line if I even get there. So for me, I don't really look, at this point I really can't look. I just have to just play my first match.
You haven't won a Grand Slam tournament this year. Are you driven more than anything else to win the slams? Hence, is this really one that you're going to go after because 2014 is fleeting?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, I would go after this one just as hard as I went after the other ones. And the only thing I can do is just do the best I can. And whatever that takes me and wherever that leads me, as long as I really just do the best that I can.
During the intro, I mentioned that you've won 17 Grand Slam singles titles. You've got a chance to get number 18 and join a pretty illustrious group. And does that something that weighs in your mind? Do you think about those individual achievements, or are you going to do that later in life?
Yeah, for sure you think about it. Everyone talks about it every time I step into the press conference. So even if I'm not thinking about it, it's kind of like I kind of have to now. But yeah, I've been kind of going for that 18th all year, and it hasn't happened. So, eventually maybe I'll get it. We'll see.
When you go into a tournament, do you just feel if you play your game that you were going to win the tournament, that, like you said, you don't have to focus on your opponents? Yeah,
for me, I feel if I'm playing really well, I have a really good chance to win my match. Usually the racket is on the match is on my racket, but sometimes there's so many great players now, and everyone's anyone can surprise you at any given day.
What do you think of the changes around the U.S. Open facility?
I haven't seen many. I just saw the practice courts.
They're going to watch you now.
Yeah,
while you're practicing.
Exactly. So I just saw that, and that's the only thing I've seen so far. But yeah.
When you think about this facility, though, and all the things that are going on in terms of changes and the dome someday with the roof above you, do you like the idea?
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing idea for the players, and the USTA does such a great job with keeping this event and this tournament and the grounds really up to date and really modern, and so it's just going to be great to see that happen.
And some of the players get intimidated by the fans. Do you embrace the fans when they're howling here in New York?
New York is like no other crowd, so you have to embrace them, especially when you're an American and they're cheering for you. It makes you feel really good, so I definitely embrace it.
Well, so what's your message to the media as you get set for this fortnight in New York?
I don't have a message at all. I definitely don't have a message. I'm just going to do the best I can, and more than that, have fun and see where it leads me and where I land.
You're also doing a clinic that we're going over to in a couple minutes. Do you enjoy that aspect of working with kids?
Oh my gosh, I really do. I think for me, it's such a great pleasure to see kids and to work with kids and to have fun with them, and it's just so awesome. So I'm really excited about that.
And finally, being a role model for women everywhere. And you've got one name, like you talk about Michael and Magic and Martina. You're just Serena. So if you have one name in sports, that's pretty good. Do you embrace that aspect? Do you handle the responsibility that goes with being a role model?
I really embrace it and always have, and I just think it's an honor that people can even look up to me, because I always looked up to other people, and I still do. I still look up to people and admire people and try to be, try to always be better and do better. So the fact that there are people that look up to me is really, really pretty pretty exciting.
What would you tell that kid out there today who is 8, 9, or 10 and wants
Yeah.
to be a star someday?
Well, I would say they have to enjoy themselves, and they have to work really hard, because without hard work, it doesn't quite happen.
Thanks, Serena.
Thank you.
So Serena's heading over to the Grandstand Stadium to participate in a youth tennis clinic with kids from the Elm Corps Youth and Adult Activities Community Center based in nearby Corona, Queens. The clinic is part of the Returning the Love initiative, where the U.S. Open, in conjunction with the players, are reaching out and welcoming in surrounding community organizations both on and off the court. But first, Serena, you're going to take part in one of the things you love to do, a photo op, with the U.S. Open trophy, plus our USTA dignitaries. We thank you all for being a great audience. Serena, good luck. Have a great tournament.
Thank you.
And everyone enjoy the 2014 U.S. Open. Thanks so much.